friends. We are just hoping to share a little update about our time so far here in Calais. I know we haven't done a great job of uploading videos and things like that the last little bit. Our lives have been pretty crazy. We've been here about 3 months so far, and it both seems like forever and not very long at the same time. But yeah, we spend almost every day at the Maria Skobtsova house. We welcome new guests. We eat food with our friends. We go grocery shopping, help take care of daily tasks such as cleaning and cooking and different things like that. Take people to doctor's appointments and other things, just day-to-day type stuff. And we kind of have this idea that if we tried to explain or describe an average day to you, it wouldn't sound like we're busy, but trust me, we're actually very busy and constantly on the move and constantly dealing with things that come up and yeah, just like you do in any kind of community life setting. And of course, the people that we serve are very vulnerable, and so we have to be careful about how we talk about them and as well as how we interact with them on a daily basis. And we, well, there are a couple of things that we're specifically working on right now. One is that we are working with some other houses of hospitality that do a similar work to ours here, that are in the north of France, and trying to build a network with them, along with some friends of ours who have kind of started this process, and which we can share different resources like food and activities and different things like that, so that we are not having to approach everything that we do on our own. And there are some spaces that really need that if they're going to continue operating. And so it's a good opportunity for us to both get to know some of the other organizations that are doing things like we're doing and share the resources with them as well. So it's really a good opportunity for us, and we'll keep you updated on how that goes. And then the other, okay, go ahead.
And it's also a good time to share things that have worked and haven't worked too, just to share with each other experiences and, hopefully not make similar mistakes or, cause harm to any of the guests that we have. Either, they're our highest priority and we want them to be safe.
Yeah. And then the other major thing that we're working on right now is building a connection with the Mennonite Church in France. In our part of France, there are no Mennonites whatsoever, and nobody even knows what that means when we try to discuss it with them. We've tried Mennonite, we've tried Anabaptist, we've tried Baptist, we've tried all of those things. So they always just kind of shoehorn us into Protestant, which is really the only thing they can understand because we're not Catholic, so we must be Protestant. So we're working on building connections with the Mennonites, who are mostly in the east of France. And in fact, we're going to be going in a couple weeks to share a little bit about our work here with their general, what do they call it? General Assembly this year, and kind of talk about our work here and see if we can get them to get involved in the work that we're doing, either through donations or support or volunteers or things like that. And we would love to get more involved with the Mennonite Church here in France. So pray for us as that continues, as both of those things continue, and as we continue to serve those here who are very vulnerable. That's, of course, our first goal, our first purpose here. So thank you for sharing with us here or listening to us here. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I would say the other thing, as we are trying to build these relationships, not only with the Mennonites, but we've also been connecting with the Catholic Church too, since the house is heavily supported by the church here. Learning French is a big step, and it's been hard for us to find a good place to learn. And we're hungry to learn the language, but it's been hard to figure out how to really make it work. So pray for us in that area too.
Yeah, mostly because everybody just immediately switches to English when we try to speak French.
They're trying to be sympathetic, but it's not helping her.
That's not helping us learn French better. Right. So yes, that is definitely a prayer request. But our boys are doing great. Their French is coming along, and they're in school every day, and they spend 8 hours in French. So they're doing great. But
Makai isn't speaking it much, but I'm sure he is a little bit, at least at school, and I'm sure in the next few months we'll even see that grow more. We definitely hear it out of Elijah.
pretty often.
Pretty often. Not to us. He's too cool to speak to us in it, but he's learning.
Yeah, and we hear him talk to his friends in French and stuff too. So, yeah, we're getting there, but it's a process, that's for sure. But yeah, thank you. We'll continue to be in touch and hopefully have some more videos coming in the near future. So be watching for those. Thank you.
Good night, friends.